I remember this screen.
So what do you know about Megafloat? Tell me.
It is Newcom's, hey, look at us, we're awesome, we built this. That's what it is.
Okay.
This is their main base, this is where everything's happening.
Well, I don't know what kind of weirdo lore you read. In the real version of Ace Combat 3 Electrosphere, Megafloat is just some peaceful civilian city, and New Work is going to turn it into a fortress, so we're going to repeatedly throughout the game have to tone down their military strength on Megafloat.
Well, in my timeline, I went there several times to blow things up, but I was working for a different company. You're working for Yukio. Yeah, I guess this is an okay plane for this. Don't take those ground missiles.
No, I never take the ground missiles in any mission.
Yeah, no, don't ever do that. Never do that. I tried once, it was bad. At least this, you get 4 missiles to fire at once. Very powerful, especially early on, until this plane becomes outdated.
Yeah, it's like the thing with the ground missiles. I was saying it to Crow in the first video. I didn't realize until after I had recorded the entire game that that you did get air missiles as well as
when you
ground
aim
missiles.
Yeah,
when you aim at air vehicles, but it doesn't. The ground missiles, you need like a run up to get them, so it doesn't really help for the way I would attack any sort of ground targets. I would probably just dive bomb them and then pull up.
In my timeline, using the gun was useless. I'm going to tell you that right now. The gun never does anything.
I have way better success with the gun than I think you ever did.
I want to see that now.
It might not be in this
What
video.
was that sound?
Oh, that's
What is that sound?
that's the bullseye. Obviously.
Oh, hey, there's an actual voice.
Yeah, she'll warn you about missile alerts.
Cannot be getting outmaneuvered by the 101. That thing's a prototype piece of crap.
This was still the first time in over a decade that I'd played the game, and I'm an idiot also.
Okay, so this is matching up so far to the mission. I mean, you're shooting down the boats the same way I was. I noticed there's a lot of neutral targets, which you could totally shoot at, and no one really cares. But it'll hurt your rank, which in my household we get the highest ranks.
Oh, look, I know all about that. Always get the best rank, especially since we need the highest rank to get the final mission.
I think you also need more ranks more than I do, because that's how you unlock planes in this game.
Yeah, if I don't get an A rank, then I don't get each plane until I think one mission later.
That is so crap, because the Typhoon 2 is garbage.
You only have to use it for the first mission. Then
That's one mission too many.
Yeah, then you get the MiG.
This alert, yeah. That sound. I'm kind of blown away by how bad that sound is.
Okay, so
What is that sound?
it's like somewhere between a duck and a semi being garbled through a vocoder.
Oh my god. Oh. Well, that carrier sure was well defended. Isn't the rule of naval combat never leave a carrier on its own?
I don't know, I'll have to ask my brother.
Well, there's a distinct lack of named characters in the sky, that's for sure.
How useful are your friends in...
They'll maybe shoot down one guy every 30 missions.
Yeah. We do get at least once, maybe only once, a wingman in one mission.
Do you have to pay for him?
No, thank God. And if we didn't have that wingman, at least with how I play and the plane that I took, I would have had no chance, because it was the only way I was able to take out all the 103s.
Oh, that's really later on then. Those guys have just super speed. They're just incredible in the AI's hands. Also, I noticed they put a dash between Bulls and I in this game.
Did they?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm noticing that's really off, and I'm pretty sure that's a fact. And it's bugging me incredibly now, so I had to say it.
Oh yeah, because
Gun.
there's no plot line about and the corporations, you just keep seeing their names pop up in the briefings. The whole deal with Megafloat just makes it seem like, well, throughout the whole game, just makes it seem like New Work and General Resources are constantly overstepping their boundaries, and UPEO is having to give them lots of little slaps on the wrist.
It's kind of like the initial game, except in that game there was a conspiracy controlling UPO. Well, I mean, in the original version, the conspiracy is there. Yes.
Yeah.
But in this version is more like an early AC4 because, as we know, Erusia would later become Newcom or New Work as it is in this game. So they're obviously just painting him as bad guys again. Erusia wants to do all these evil things. Won't sign our treaties. Hey, you almost crash.
Yeah, I kind of, especially because it's dark and this game is still early enough that telling how far you are from something is really hard.
Oh yeah, I have that problem in tunnel vision.
Okay,
I almost
tunnel
died
vision.
twice.
No, tunnel vision I actually do fine with. No. Yes, I do fine with tunnel vision normally. It's the one mission that I regularly played over the past decade. Because I would just load up my save, play it, and then put the game away for another, 6 months.
It is fun to fly through, that is for sure.
It also spoiled me for all future Canyon or Trench Run missions in the series.
Did you expect him to be as easy?
I expected them to be as long and involved.
It was only about 3 minutes, and then they all... Actually, yeah, that is probably longer than the series combined.
Yeah.
Way longer. In fact, I don't know, I'm thinking about 5 and 4, and... Yeah. I don't even remember the Canyon Run in 6. Actually, no, come to think of it, Assault Horizon might be closing in on that. I think. I love the Canyon Run in Assault Horizon because you're piloting this giant 130 gunship. And I'm pulling off this...
I suddenly remember what that mission was. I was going to say Assault Horizon was a vague brown blur.
You're piloting an AC-130 gunship on your radar. You have to fly so close to the ground. It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. In 6, there was the literal canyon mission to stop a warhead, but the trench run, to destroy the super weapon, that was maybe 15 seconds.
That can't even be considered a trench run. I'm sorry.
It was the closest thing they had.
Yeah.
I was saying to Crow, what I love about the implication in Electrosphere by being at the end of the timeline is that all big fancy super weapons are outdated, and so now it's all just in the planes. The planes are so good.
Yeah, we got laser weaponry. Newcom's got this pulse, plasma, neutron beams, and they're building starfighters. Ace Combat's got a bleak future.
I don't want to give away too much just yet for the people who somehow haven't seen this game.
I'm sorry, I just like talking about Ace Combat. You can cut that out.
I'm not cutting a thing out now. So yeah, this is basically the only way I like to play.
Oh my god, you missed a fighter.
Yeah, but it's fine. I'm pretty sure I still get the A rank because I wouldn't have left it in otherwise.
You better. You better be an A rank here. Oh, landing on the aircraft carrier. I'm pretty sure I crashed on video to show you, to show people this.
Can you?
This one is so bad.
How fast can you go in the original version? Does it limit your speed?
Oh, they all limit your speed when you're landing in Ace Combats. It's just if you're going too fast, you will explode. It's just in this game, you're way high, the HUD here.
Yeah, it's
you're way
so
higher
much
up than the wheels
than
are.
Actual point that you land on. It's impossible for you to tell.
So you have to fly way higher than you think you would, and you can't even go to third person, which is the big insult here. But, I mean, this...
look at that.
You almost crashed. You were very close to death, I can tell you that for certain.
Yeah.
Which is fine, it doesn't matter, you just try again. I don't think it affects your rank.
Nah. I definitely know it doesn't, because I crash in later landings.
You succeeded in prevent... Okay, I'm glad they added that second part there. I just wish it kind of ended on you succeeded in preventing new work.
Yeah.
That'd been good.
Yeah, that's an okay plane.
Yeah, it's a good starting dogfighter. I use it.
So people who watched the last video might notice that the text is like a bit more readable. That's kind of a weird thing with me playing the PAL version and the resolution being different. To put a long story short, the Elgato cannot properly record the text if I recorded it at 640 by 480, and I didn't notice that until I had recorded literally the entire game.
I think it might have something to do with the frame rate issues that was present in these PAL versions, like versus the American versions.
Yeah,
I don't remember I do not remember fully the difference between NTSC and PAL. I just know that generally Europeans got screwed way more than we did on games.
Yeah, I never, like, you don't consider it when you don't have to play, like when you don't have the two versions for comparison, but especially when you're recording something, it becomes really obvious.
Scramble. This was not a mission name in original.
But
it was a mission.
In the original, you were fighting for the other side.
You were attacking an airbase, right? Then that means this is the general resource mission.
Yeah, but in the other version, in your version, you were protecting the planes from being destroyed.
That's if you stayed with UPO.
Oh, so you can do both versions of the mission.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're flying the UPO plane to destroy the Newcom base that you would otherwise be protecting, and you don't even have wingmen on this, which you should.
Yeah, that might help.
Dejan and Keith here.
Yeah, since it's a very limited time to stop them from taking off.
I will say though, it is still a very pretty level with the rain and the music.
It's so nice.
I still say though, you probably should have taken the Gear Falcon out for this one.
I believe I didn't. I wanted. I think the Gear Falcon can only fire 2 missiles at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted 4 missiles because the way that I tend to fight, especially when I need to get somewhere fast and don't have time to dogfight, is I'll just joust with them, and I like having way more missiles than is necessary to joust.
I think the short-range missiles go faster too.
Yeah, and they reload much faster.
Which is useful because you have a lot of targets on the ground here.
Hmm.
Good.
I don't think
that's another annoying thing is when you fly, like your missile completely overshot that thing, which is a problem if you're flying at the low angle that you have to.
Mm.
So you got to slow down to like a crawl and just like it's
typically stall out.
Yeah, and then that's when you got these Asterazoa getting ready to fly out. They're going to be moving soon. I think you only have like another minute or two before it's considered a fail.
It's about. I have a bit more time because. Sorry.
Do they have the timers? Like, if you reach a certain point, then you're just going to get mission over.
Yeah, if you go over the operational window, then yeah, it'll mission over instead of a mission update. In this case, the update is if you take too long. You have longer because this is the PAL version. They were smart enough to think of how the frame rate affects the timing.
Which
is helpful because otherwise I will be screwed in quite a few missions.
Also, I mean, watching the video, I've never played a PAL game, so versus what I've seen here in the States, I don't know. Like I said, I don't remember the full difference between the versions. It's just a difference of a few frames, but apparently it makes a huge difference.
Well, the whole PAL versions of NTSC games are 20% slower, I believe. About that.
Oh yeah, this was. I remember now. There was something that came up in a game speedrunning. Like people were discussing if a PAL version should be allowed because you can do a certain game-breaking jump thing that the PAL version allows.
Yeah.
I think it was. Do you know the game Eco? I think that was the game because they had like some kind of double jump thing they could do if they were playing the PAL version.
Yeah, but typically the PAL versions of games are completely invalid for speedruns because the time just goes way too long. So yeah, I think it was about 325 was the window to get all the 201s.
325? That's an odd time. They only give me 299.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's...
PAL version, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's the 3 minutes to get it in the... To get it in the NTSC version. Because I was going off a walkthrough. There was obviously the NTSC walkthrough. And so it was annoying because I had to guess on quite a few times.
I remember photographing facilities very well because I had to use a stealth bomber and it sucked.
Wait, what did you have to use to do that?
You had to use the Nighthawk, the FA-117.
Oh, I was gonna ask, because you don't get the Nighthawk in this game at all.
Good, it sucks.
Yeah, but I would have wanted to try it. Instead, you get every plane available at all times, though, except the Blackbird and that other one.
Maybe if you could paint it pink, I'd allow it.
Paint it black.
No, it's not. Black ain't that stealthy. We've been over this. Gotta paint it like the color of, like pink in daytime because it reflects, even. Then we could do this in the day and it'd be nicer.
Oh, I do take the Gear Falcon. I thought for sure I was going to be an idiot and take the latest plane that I got almost all of the time.
Yeah, don't take the Delphinus. It has no maneuverability to speak of. This thing's fast and it's maneuverable. That's what you need here.
I remember what I take the Delphinus for.
Oh no, don't tell me you took it for a really tough mission.
No, I did take... I tried to take one of the later Delphinus planes for one of the Ouroboros missions. Oh, that probably doesn't mean anything to you. But it was like for a very heavily dogfighting mission. And I tried and tried and tried, and then half an hour later I just gave up and took the Su-37.
The proper choice in that matter.
Yeah.
What really annoys me about the Delphinus line is that 1 is terrible, 2 is terrible. Like, I'm not even going to try to find a word for it. It's still bad. And 3 is just really fast. They have no maneuverability, which is really what makes or breaks the plane, in my opinion. If you can't maneuver around a guy, which is what the Su planes are great for, you're going to get shot to hell. Especially on hard mode. Because I noticed you playing that. I don't know if hard in this game is as hard as it was in the original, but it's a big deal.
Probably not. I mean, the only differences I've ever been able to tell is just the damage that you take.
Well, they'll also come in at the right angles where if you're not paying attention and like maneuvering towards them, they will fire and will always hit you.
I like almost never get hit by missiles. They're always really easy to dodge, so I guess that's got to be different.
Yeah, at some point, the original game, they just start auto-aiming like crazy and they just like home in so perfectly. Yeah. And just like turn on dimes on me.
The main reason I picked hard mode was A, because like missiles do no damage otherwise, and also you literally bounce off the ground. And
bounce off the ground.
And
still
also,
absurd to me.
Yeah, but also because there are a couple of unlockables for getting A ranks in hard mode that you can't in the easier difficulties.
For sure. I think you can unlock, I don't know what plane you unlock. I think it might just be the NR. If you know what I mean. Yeah. I think that's all you get,
yeah, you don't. To get all of the end game planes, you need to beat it on hard with all A ranks. Oh, somehow I missed.
Yeah, you're still using the gun. That would explain a lot of things here.
Just wait till you see the mission where I take the cannon.
That's an even bigger mistake. I tried, and it still wasn't working.
No, guess what missile choice I took on that mission?
You took ground missile, didn't you?
No, never ground missile.
Did you take the MIRV missile?
I took the MIRV and cannon into a mission.
That was the beginning of my problems with the end of UPO route. When I tried to go cannon and MIRV, and it was so bad.
So it took me like 10 minutes to beat the mission that I took those two on. The very next mission, I took the same plane, Vulcan and short-range missiles, and beat in like 3.
Well, you're still implying the gun actually made a difference here, and it
did.
doesn't. I don't believe you.
I swear to God, I might actually have cut I might have transitioned past it in that video. But I have taken out several targets in my recordings with just the gun.
This music's getting kind of jazzy.
I know I the gun was helpful in the Giapellia mission because it was the only way I was able to take them down.
Oh, if we're talking about Giapellia, I might as well just say NR was Night Raven. Which I'm pretty sure is what you unlock for getting all A's. I remember looking at it, I don't remember what it was, though.
It's one of the two. You either unlock Night Raven or Giapellia. I actually think I will bleep most of that out.
Man, I am in a great mood tonight. Like, I'm getting ready to start yet another LP, and it's like, everything is great. Oh, don't ever fly that plane. Don't fly that plane, ever.
I've got great news for you.
No. I'm not hearing this. If you're going to say you're flying that plane, you can find another place to live.
Well, it's not in the next mission.